Okay, so we're going to talk about how to use a PAPR, how to set up the PAPRs, and what you need to know when using the MaxAir. So the MaxAir is a PAPR, which is a powered air purifying respirator, and then it is broke down into a CAPR. So if you hear somebody call it a CAPR, that's speaking about this piece. It is all contained in the hood. Some of the other PAPRs have like a hose and a shroud, and you wear like a backpack type thing. This is all contained in the hood, and it has a battery. So there's the biggest difference. So this is a MaxAir CAPR. In order to get ready to use your CAPR, at Fort Madison we use them in our clinics, ER, Med-Surg. They have some applications in the OR, so you should be able to find them in all of those locations. So when you get ready to use your CAPR, you're going to need your sweatband, the fuzzy piece that goes in the back. It's like a hard foam. This is cleanable, but you are capable of getting one that is your own. This should be replaced once a week or whenever it becomes soiled. This can be replaced whenever it looks damaged, becomes soiled, is no longer cleanable. This is your disposable lens cuff, or your face shield, depending on how you refer to it. It comes with this tab on it that protects it from getting scratched in the box. You're going to peel this off before you use it. I'm not going to peel this one off. I have one that's already peeled. Then on the back there is what looks like a second layer. When you pull this part, it's where it goes under your chin. Start here under the plastic. If you try to pull it in the middle, you'll rip it. It's fairly fragile. Not under everyday use, but if you get aggressive trying to pull it apart, you will rip it and you'll waste that shield, and we don't really want to do that. So, peel the clear liner off, separate the layers. Once your layers are separated, it's going to look something like this. So, like I said, you want to start over here where the plastic is, work your fingers across, peel it apart. In order to use your hood, you're going to put this on it. This is your disposable lens cuff. On the PAPRs, we have two models at Fort Madison. There is a oblong. Can you see that? There is an oblong post, or there's a set with a round post. If you are using one that has an oblong post, you have to start in the middle. If you're using a circular post, you can start on either side or the middle, it doesn't matter. So, oblong post here. Put your middle on first. You can turn this so that it holds your shield on, bend your tabs out, and pop it on. You want to make sure that you inspect your holes when you put it together and make sure that it didn't tear or rip so that it's going to stay in place when you're using it while you're taking care of your patient. There are posts back here. These are designed to hold the hard plastic pieces on the disposable lens cuff to kind of keep it open for you. You need to put your foam piece on. That one goes in the little one goes in the back. There's Velcro back here. Push it on. That's going to keep your hair from getting pulled out. It also provides some comfort if you're in a patient's room and you're going to be wearing it for a while. Sweatband. This is like a soft foam. This is going to absorb sweat. It is going to get gross. If it gets gross, just replace it. So when you put this on, there's several pieces of Velcro in the front. Make sure you cover all of them. I'll take this back off and show you. So when you put it on, make sure you push it in there and cover all of Velcro. All right, so to turn it on, you're going to simply plug it in, which we'll do in just a second. There is a key in here. I don't know if you can see that. You can see it, kind of?
A little bit.
Okay. You'll have to take my word for it. There's a key in here. There's either pictures or words, depending on which model of PAPR you're using. This one has pictures, so it has a little yellow dot, and then it has a fan picture, it has a green dot and a battery, and a red dot and a battery with a line through it.
Can zoom in.
On the older models, it says red, green, and yellow. It doesn't have pictures. There's also the information about your variable speed fan. There's a button here for your fan. It's going to control how much air comes out. You're either going to get 6 to 9 cubic feet of air per minute. It doesn't protect you more or less The general recommendation is to start in the middle, but if that's too much air, you can turn it down. If you're hot-blooded and you want all the air, you can turn it up. It doesn't matter, anywhere in this setting is going to protect you. It's not like it's variable per disease type or anything. So, to plug it in, this is your battery pack. You can put this on your waistband, in your scrub pockets. There are nylon belts that come with the hoods. They're not generally used. People don't usually like them. It's just as effective to put it in your scrub pocket or clip it to your pants. So to turn it on, you plug it in. It's that simple. That is all it takes. To unplug it, you have to push the little black button. This just secures it. You can pull it out without pushing the black button, but we don't want to tear up our black buttons. So pull it out, pushing the black button. When you first plug it in, you should see all of the lights here come on. There's 5 lights. If it's fully charged, you get 3 green, 1 red, and 1 yellow. Let me do that again.
Yeah, just so they can see it.
Within 5 to 10 seconds, the yellow and the red should go off. That indicates your PAPR is functioning correctly and ready to be used. The recommendation is not to go in and take care of a patient with any less than 2 lights. My trainer only has 1 light. The battery goes down by 25%, so at each quarter you lose a green light. Once you're down to 25%, a red light will come on. That indicates that you're low battery. You should finish what you're doing, exit the room, change out your battery if you need to. Just be aware that your battery is dying. If the yellow light comes on while you're taking care of your patient, it means you have low airflow. It is not immediately going to quit protecting you. It's going to continue to protect you, but you should finish what you're doing and not use that hood again until the filter's changed or it's examined by biomed. So, your lights, they're on. You're getting ready to use your PAPR. Put your shield back on. You do not have to wear your mask while you're wearing the PAPR. The PAPR is going to protect you adequately, and your mask has, contamination on the front. You don't want that floating around in your hood. There's no need for you to wear your mask. So, I'm going to take my mask off and show you how to put it on. To put it on, you're going to pull the shroud down, lean forward, and slide the hood on. Once you have it on, you want to ratchet this down tightly. And I'll show you how to adjust that when I take it off. And then you want to run your fingers under the membrane on the back side of the shroud. Can you still hear me with this on? Okay. It's important to make sure that this is nice and snug under your chin and fits tightly up against your jaw. There are 2 sizes of hood shrouds, and they say it up here on the little sticker. There is a medium large or a small medium. Most people wear a medium large. If you have a really small jawline or an incredibly petite face, you might be a small medium. So if you put this on and it's like big and flappy and not tight and fitting comfortably, you might try a small medium. When you have this on, you can see the lights up here, and that's how you know what's going on with your hood. And like I said, you can put this on your belt, in your pocket, etc. I like it under my gown because it kind of keeps it out of the way. It also makes it easier when I am doffing. It doesn't get in the way. So put your gown, gloves on, go in and take care of your patient, do whatever patient care you're doing. Then you're going to remove your gown and gloves before leaving the patient care area, perform hand hygiene, step out of the patient care area, and you're going to take off your hood. You should put new gloves on, remove your battery. That's what I do. I don't know that you have to do that, but make sure it's not going to flop on the floor. And then you're going to loosen the ratchet. And there's 2 options for taking it off. You can slide it back off the way you put it on. Take precautions not to rub it up against your chest. So you need to lean out and away, or you can pop the shield off and slide it off. So we'll do both. You can slide it off like this, pull it out and away from you, make sure you're not pushing it on your chest, or you can pop your shield off, same thing, make sure you're pulling it out and away, and then lift the hood off. If you have glasses, taking the shield off is probably going to be better. I would recommend trying it before you take care of a patient. So at this point, you can unplug it, push the button, unplug it. And we'll talk about wiping it down in a second. As far as adjusting it so it's going to fit you, this piece comes out and it moves up and down. It's important to make sure it adjusts so that it sits nice and square on top of your head. You want it to be about a ½ inch from your eyebrows. If you have it too high or too low, the shield won't be nice and square in front of your face, and it's hard to see where you're going. It also doesn't fit nice and square on top of your head and loses some stability. So, nice and square on top of your head, make sure that it fits correctly, ratchet it down when you put it on. All right, to clean it, you're gonna put gloves on, which you can use the gloves that you had on when you took it off. And you can use bleach, alcohol, or quaternary ammonia compounds. The purple top wipes are a quat alcohol compound. The orange wipes are a bleach. The red wipes are a quaternary only compound. The purple wipes are most readily available and they are safe to use on the hood. So make sure you wipe off the battery, meaning the 2 minutes of wet time. So wipe it off, get under the belt clip, touch all the surfaces, and then wipe your cord off. Make sure when you're wiping your cord off that you use this opportunity to inspect the pieces of your cord that attach. So where these are, with lots of use, this is the first part to break down. So when you're wiping them off, make sure you're taking a look at those and ensuring they're intact. Especially the one up here by the hood. This one gets tugged on a lot and takes quite a bit of abuse. So where our hoods are used a lot, like on the inpatient floors and in the ER, it's important to inspect this when you're using it periodically and make sure that the cover is intact because we need to replace this if it isn't. So then you're going to make sure you wipe down all your surfaces, take your pads off, wipe them down, peel this one off. If it's contaminated and dirty, you can just throw it away. Wipe the inside, wipe the outside. You should wipe the outside first. You can get a new wipe for the inside. Cover all your surfaces, get this foam in the front. Make sure you're getting it completely clean. Some other kind of important things about the hood. There is a vent here. This is where your air goes in. Don't at any point pull on this piece. It's riveted on, and that will break the hoods. They do come apart, but you need to pull this piece back here and lift them apart. This is what we would do to change out the filters. The filters go on back to front, so I'll just show you what the filters look like. I got a new trainer and it looks really hard to take apart. It's not that difficult. So the filters go on back to front. So it snaps in the back, snaps on each side. It should be nice and smooth looking. Depending on what age the filter is, some of the older filters are blue. We do change the filters out if they are dirty, contaminated, if they get fuzzy. They get changed out periodically by Biomed. There is a little nub at the top, depending on which model of hood you have. This is either a little flat nub or it's a post. It nests back in the spot on the clear cover cap and just snaps together. So don't pull on the vent. This is where it sucks your air in. It goes through the filter. There's a little fan in there and it spits clean air out here. All right, so that's the hood. Any questions about the hood? Okay. The battery. So you need to periodically plug your battery in so that it can be charged. Depending on your department, if your hood's used frequently, it's probably going to be plugged in after every use. If it's an area that doesn't have high use, Biomed does come around and make sure that they get plugged in every so often. So when you plug it in, it is just like plugging the hood in to turn it on. It doesn't have the snap piece. The newer chargers do, but this one doesn't. And we have a variety of chargers because we bought the hoods over different periods of time, so they look just a little bit different, but they're all roughly like this. There are some kind of directional information on the sticker that tells you green is charging, red is not charging. On the newer ones, there are some more directions, like if the light's doing this, it means this. If you don't get a green charging light indicating that your battery is being charged, consider taking that one out of service and using a different one and sending it to figure out why it's not charging. So you don't have to push it to unplug it, just unplug it. If you have the newer style charger, you do have to push it. The battery is generally good for 8 to 10 hours under normal applications. That's going to get most people through most of the day. Make sure you're changing it out as you need it. The filter is 99.97% efficient. There are newer models, which I'm not certain if we have those or not. I think that some of the upgrades are 99.9% efficient. So it's really doing a good job of protecting you and filtering out all of those particulates. All right, I think that's it, unless you have any questions or anything I missed. Okay, thanks.